Holy sh! Hey guys, so as you saw from the intro, that was my authentic reaction to what I'm about to show you. So if you do client work, if you do project management, if you do anything that pertains to managing tasks, either internally or for your team or for a project, you have to watch this video. I swear the return on investment, I will try to keep it short, but the return on investment is going to be insane. So first, let me give you a little bit of context behind why we're all here, and more importantly, why this may apply to your exact business and situation. And I promise you, you don't have to know how to code, you don't have to be techie, you just have to know how to use it. A little context. So I have this client who is allergic to marketing. And so we brought in a marketing manager. Now, I am a technical consultant. I build the funnels, I build the websites, I build the technical infrastructure, as in how the business works, but I am not a marketing manager. So what happened was we bring in this marketing manager and we have a few meetings, and one, if you don't have an AI note taker in every meeting you're ever in, get one. In terms of my past as a project manager, an AI note taker is an absolute game changer if you do any calls with either potential clients or actual clients. So we have these meetings, this series of meetings determining our marketing strategy. So I took all of these meeting transcripts and I put them into a Claude project. Now, I'm not going to be able to dig into all of these different aspects of Claude because that's going to be a whole nother conversation in and of itself. I just want to tell you guys how this came to be. So I put all of these meeting transcripts into a Claude project, and I said to Claude, I connected Claude to Monday, which took a few clicks of a button, and I connected Claude to Monday and said, hey, please look through these meetings, and can you make a project management board for this project based on what we talked about in the meetings? So I'm sitting there, and this is what I'm going to show you in the demo. It's probably playing as I'm talking, as I'm explaining this. I ask it to do this task. They're connected, so it has the capacity to do this thing, but I kid you not, after no more than 15 minutes, not only did I have an entire board, but I had categories of types of work. Also, they were assigned to the person that we had spoken in the meeting about who was going to be doing what. They were assigned to the proper person, and they were already, it was literally ready to go. Now, like I said, my past, I was a project manager. I can't even tell you how much time I have spent making to-do tasks in Jira, Asana, Trello. The amount of time I have personally spent doing this work is absolutely insane to me, that now you can ask AI to do that for you. Now, something that I talk about a lot on this channel is the difference between what AI should be doing and what AI should not be doing. So, for instance, the task of taking what we talked about in a meeting and making to-do items on a task management system 100% should be an AI task. It is not rocket science, nor did I ever think it was beforehand. It was just time consuming. And so when you're thinking about, just in general, the capacity for somebody to versus a human doing it versus a computer doing it, 100%. A computer should be doing that type of work. Now, where it comes to what the human should be doing, that should be whenever there is a task that requires human intuition. Now, I will tell you about one of my own personal workflows within this video, but when it comes to human intuition, that is something AI should not be doing. For instance, if you found this video because you're doing my 5-day Claude bootcamp, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I am so excited to show you this demo, because if you do any sort of task management, you don't have to use Claude, you don't have to use Monday, although I highly recommend that you use both based on this demo alone. You could use Asana, you can use whatever Trello, you could use whatever task management system you want. The fact is, if you can seamlessly connect your clients to your to-do list, and then you don't even have to manage it, you just have to ask for it to be managed, that's insane, the amount of time that takes off of your plate and onto AI's plate.
Oh my God, what a brilliant idea.
Like I said though, the difference and where you should be a bit more cautious about what AI should and should not be doing comes down to whether or not it requires your human intuition or creativity or anything of that sort. So I have a personal client onboarder who I call Doris, and I have programmed her to have conversations with people about what they do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, so that once she gathers all of the information, that is passed to me, and I make a personalized roadmap in a video like this to walking people through how they can integrate AI better into their businesses. Now, I do this through my 7-day Quickstart program. There's a link in the description. If you want to check it out, that's a thing. The reason I'm telling you this is because when I was originally building Doris, I was going to build her as a skill. And again, I'm not going to get into the technobabble of it all, just for context purposes. I was going to build her as a skill based on what Claude's own documentation says about what their tools are for. However, I did find that that was the wrong way to build her if I ever wanted to update her later. So because of my human intuition, understanding how systems work, how the process works within my business, that led me to building her through projects instead of skills. But when it comes to something that, okay, it's collecting information for me, but I'm going to decide what to do with that information. That is the line where AI versus human sits. And that is what the Quickstart program is for me to help you look at your internal tasks, your client-facing tasks, how you do your work, and determine which things to pass off to AI that you don't even have to think about anymore, and which for you to do yourself. And for things that we have to do a combination of both, how do we make it so that you do the lowest amount of lift possible? Because my whole mission is to put hours back in your day, your week, your month, your year, your life. This was day 4 of the boot camp. So if you haven't done the boot camp yet, the link is down below. If you're new to this channel, hype the video, because I would love for this video to get out to as many people as possible, because like I said, showing you this demo is absolutely insane. It is insane what AI can do now, and I'm talking about things it's good at. Hype this video so it can get out to as many people as possible. I really appreciate it. And if you want to be the first to know any new things when it comes to technical advancements in AI where it's no code, low lift, then subscribe to this channel, because I've been a technical consultant for a decade now, and I can promise you it's not because you don't know, it's simply because you don't know how. So that's what this channel serves to do. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm the Business Cowgirl, and I will see you on the next one.